Hello, Capstone students. This is Ms. Townsell, and I will share with you information to assist you with your Capstone Research project. Before I begin, I would like you to view this short video about the Genius Hour because there is a correlation to what you will be doing. Your research topic you selected, this is something that you're interested in, maybe your passion. Consider what you're researching as an opportunity to further your passion. Make the time you're researching meaningful. Who knows, your final product may be something that makes someone else's life better.
There's a movement happening right now in classrooms all over the country that encourages students to explore their own passions and creativity. Students at all grade levels will be engaged like never before. I present to you Genius Hour. This is where student passions come to life. Genius Hour has many roots, but is based on a business practice that Google uses with their development team. They allow their developers to spend 20% of their time at work on projects that interest them, provided that it has the potential to advance the company. The idea is simple. Allow employees to focus on their own passion projects and productivity will go up. There are many commercial projects that have been developed by these 20% projects, including Gmail, Google Talk, and Google News. Fortunately for students, educators have grasped onto the idea and coined the term Genius Hour. This is where teachers allow students to work on whatever project they want during their own learning time. We've all had students in our class that aren't motivated by the traditional school environment. The beauty of Genius Hour is that it provides a path to intrinsic motivation. When students have a say in their learning, they become much more engaged, their confidence is boosted, and the entire learning process becomes, you guessed it, fun. I have 3 rules for Genius Hour projects. The first rule is there must be a driving question. The student needs to be able to communicate what they want to learn about. If we can go out and find the answer on Google with a quick search, then the question is going to need some tweaking. Secondly, the project must involve research. If a student wants to build a model rocket that goes 200 feet in the air, then they need to provide the resource they use for that project. The last part is that the project must be shared. Ideally, the project needs to be shared not only with a class, but shared with the entire world. Some example projects that I had in my 6th grade classroom that turned into really great projects were 2 students that learned to code at codeacademy.com. One girl developed her drawing skills by creating a sketchbook all about wolves. And yet another student brought awareness to the dangers of smoking by creating a website. Genius Hour is one of the most impactful things that I've done in my classroom, and the students love it. It also makes for a great after-school program or activity period project.
So I hope that you will take a great advantage over this research project because I see how this could be your Genius Hour. Let me give you some tips for researching your topic. I will share with you how you can access the MLK Library and Limitless Libraries website so that you may access books and other online sources like subscription databases. I'll also share with you how you can use our LibGuide that I've created for you, and you will need password information for accessing databases, particularly when you're off campus. What's an easy way to access the MLK Library website? Well, by Googling it. If you Google MLK Magnet Library, more than likely it will be your very top result. Once you click on it, you'll get to our MLK Library website. On the right-hand side, you will see the authoritative subscription databases. Right here in the middle of the site, you will see the online catalog. I'm going to give you, or rather show you, an example of a subscription database that I think you'll find very helpful, and it's called JSTOR. Many colleges have students use this project, or rather use this database too. You will need to know the username and password information even at school. Most databases just require password information when you're off campus, but JSTOR you'll also need it for accessing it at school. I will share that information with you a little bit later. So, one student is researching a correlation between student participation in music and academic performance. So here's an article in JSTOR with this topic. At the top is an abstract of the article, which will explain the purpose of the article. And here the student can see, would this article be relevant to what he or she is researching? Subscription databases also provide the citation information to assist you with how to cite your source. I believe you're going to be using MLA, and here they have the MLA citation information. If you want to check out a book, perhaps to get background information on your topic, you will type your topic in the search box. This is the online catalog, and our online catalog is merged with the public libraries as well. Further down on the MLK Library website, you'll see the link to Limitless Libraries. If you want to access the databases, once you're in Limitless Libraries, click on Research Tools. So here are some of the subscription databases. For most of these databases, your username or your library card number, which it will ask you, is actually your student ID number. And your PIN is your 4-digit date of birth, month and day only. So I highly recommend this particular database from Limitless Libraries called ProQuest. SIRS by ProQuest, rather. So here's an example of a student that's researching, their topic is dealing with lower literacy rates in low-income neighborhoods. So looking at this particular article in SIRS, they can scan through this to see if this information will be helpful for their research. Again, back at the online catalog, when you want to locate a book, you might even find a reference book. So there's a student that's doing their project dealing with invasive plants, and they see this book on plant sciences. It is a reference book, so you can't check out a reference book, so you have to make great use of it while in the library by taking notes. The awesome thing though about having a reference book is that you always know it's going to be available to you in the library. So that's a great thing to know, that no one else can check it out. You always know you'll have access to it when coming back into the library. Now let's say you see a book and it's available at another branch. That means you can check it out with Limitless Libraries. So if you want this book here, notice it's for library use only, so that's at the branch, but you can only use it in the library, so it's like their reference book. But here, I can check that book out. So if you want that to come to the school, all you would do is click on Place Hold. Then it'll ask for your library card number. So that will be your student ID number. And again, your PIN is your 4-digit date of birth, month and day only. Now let me share with you where you can find LibGuides. So right here on the MLK Library website, you'll see LibGuides. And the LibGuide I created for your project is titled Capstone Research. So here I have some of the quick reference information that I've already shared with you, such as Genius Hour. I highlighted 2 of the databases that I've gone over. You may also want to look at Purdue Online Writing Lab. They have great tips for research papers. And I also have some books that I recommend that you check out based on some of the topics that I have that Mr. Keeney has shared with me that some of you are doing. Now this LibGuide, I might increase it by putting additional sources on it as you begin to work and I get more familiar with different topics that you are researching, and I can add more information to this LibGuide. So make sure you take a look and see if I've added anything new. Please feel free to get a list of the passwords in the library, or you may ask Mr. Keeney as well, because I've shared those passwords with him as well. I hope you found this helpful, but please, if you have any questions, please let me know. I am here to help. So I hope you enjoy researching your project. I think you're going to have a lot of fun.